You've seen it happen. A woman who is everything. She's beautiful, smart, successful. She's the kind of woman others admire, the kind who seems like she should have zero problems in love. But somehow she does. She gives her all. She's loyal, caring, and always there when he needs her. But instead of being cherished, she's the one wondering why he's pulling away. She's the one feeling unappreciated, the one questioning what she did wrong. And then there's another woman. She's not the most conventionally attractive. She's not playing hard to get. She doesn't try to impress him or prove her worth. And yet, men gravitate toward her like she's the only woman in the room.
Why?
Because what makes men obsessed isn't what you think. It's not your looks. It's not being the cool girl who pretends not to care. It's not even about being the perfect girlfriend. If it were, the most stunning, successful women in the world wouldn't get cheated on. They wouldn't feel unseen, unloved, or discarded when they've given their best. So what is it? What is the one thing that makes a man look at you differently? That makes him feel like you're not just any woman, you're the woman? Most women are never told the truth. They waste years overgiving, over-explaining, over-proving, and still get the same result. Men pulling away. But today, that ends. Because there is a science to attraction. And once you understand it, you'll never chase. You'll never doubt your worth. And you'll never feel like you have to convince a man to love you. Because you won't just believe in your value. You'll embody it. And when you do, the right man won't just want you. He'll fear losing you. This isn't about playing games. It's about unlocking the deepest level of attraction so that you never feel not enough again. These are the 10 secrets that separate the women men never forget from the ones they take for granted. When you embody these, you'll never have to chase a man again because he'll chase you. Before we dive in, take a moment, like, comment, and subscribe to Girlify Mind. Because here, we don't do cheap tricks. We don't do toxic dating games. We create powerful women who know their worth.
And today,
you become one of them. Let's begin.
Point 1.
The power of feminine certainty. Why confidence isn't what you think. Most people will tell you that confidence is the most attractive thing a woman can have. But confidence is just the surface. What truly makes men drawn to you?
Certainty.
Certainty in who you are. Certainty in what you deserve. Certainty that you don't need to prove your worth, because you already know it. Men aren't just attracted to looks. They're attracted to energy. And nothing is more magnetic than a woman who moves with certainty. Ever notice how some women walk into a room and immediately own it? It's not because they're the loudest. It's because they exude inner peace. She doesn't need validation. She doesn't seek approval. And because of that, men feel drawn to her. Here's the truth. Men crave emotional stability. They're pulled toward women who don't crumble at the first sign of distance. Women who don't overreact to every unanswered text. If a man senses that your happiness depends on him, he'll feel pressure. But if he senses that your happiness comes from within, he will feel pulled toward you. Because when a woman is certain in herself, a man knows she is a woman he can't afford to lose. Point 2. The silent attraction of boundaries. Why men respect what they can't cross. Every woman wants to be cherished, prioritized, and respected. But the hard truth? Men don't automatically give you that respect. They give it to women who demand it. Not by force. Not by playing hard to get. But by having boundaries so strong, he knows there's a line he can't cross. A woman without boundaries is like a house with no doors. Anyone can walk in. Anyone can take what they want. But a woman with clear boundaries? She makes a man work to be in her life. And that work, that's what makes him value her. Think about it. Why do men chase women who don't tolerate disrespect? Why do they pull back when they sense a woman is too available? Because in his mind, if it's too easy, it's not valuable. When a man senses that you will walk away rather than lower your standards, he sees you differently. It doesn't mean playing games. It doesn't mean pretending not to care. It means knowing that you are not an option. You are the choice. And the moment he realizes he has to earn his place in your life, that's the moment he never takes you for granted. Point 3. The magnetic force of mystery. Why less is more. You've seen it happen. The moment you stop chasing, the moment you become less available, suddenly, he's all over you. Suddenly, he's texting first, making plans, craving your presence. Because attraction thrives in mystery. Men are wired to be intrigued by what they don't fully understand. The second they feel like they have you completely figured out, the excitement fades. It's not because they don't care, it's because their brains need contrast to stay engaged. Most women make the mistake of over-explaining, oversharing, or trying too hard to prove their worth. They lay everything on the table too soon. But the women who hold a man's attention the longest, they know that less is more. It doesn't mean playing games or being cold. It means letting conversations breathe. It means not rushing to fill every silence. It means letting him wonder, what is she thinking? Have you ever had someone ask you a question that made you pause and think? That's what keeps a man's mind on you, creating conversations that make him feel something deeper. Instead of telling him your whole life story in one night, try this. Guess something about me. If you get it right, I'll tell you more. Instead of always responding instantly, take your time. Let him feel your absence. Because the second a man has to put in effort to know more about you, that's when his attraction skyrockets. And when he starts thinking about you when you're not there, you've already won. Point 4. The feminine energy that feels like home. Men don't just want attraction. They want comfort. They want to feel at peace with a woman. And this is where most women get it wrong. They think that being exciting, unpredictable, or high maintenance will keep his attention. But the truth? A man stays where he feels safe. Not physically, emotionally. A woman who constantly questions his every move, who panics when he pulls away, who demands constant reassurance. That doesn't feel like home. That feels like pressure. But a woman who is soft in her presence, who makes a man feel understood, that's the woman he can't walk away from. It doesn't mean suppressing your emotions or tolerating bad behavior. It means knowing when to bring warmth instead of walls. Ever noticed how some women can calm a man down just by being near him? It's because her energy is grounding. She isn't operating from fear, insecurity, or control. She's operating from a place of inner peace. The next time he's stressed, instead of bombarding him with questions, just say, "You don't have to talk about it, but I'm here if you need me." The second he feels relaxed in your presence is the second he never wants to lose you. Because the truth is, men can find attraction anywhere. But finding a woman who feels like home? That's rare. And once he finds it, he won't let it go. Point 5. The unshakable aura of detachment. The secret to making him chase. Have you ever noticed how, when you're focused on your life, your goals, your passions, your happiness, men suddenly start paying more attention? It's not a coincidence. Because the moment you become too available, too eager, too wrapped up in him, he feels it. And he pulls away. The biggest mistake women make? They give too much too soon. They overinvest. They attach their emotions to his every action. But the women men can't stop chasing, they understand the power of detachment. Detachment doesn't mean you don't care. It means you care without needing a specific outcome. It means you enjoy his presence, but his absence doesn't shake your world. Men don't fall in love when they're constantly reassured of your availability. They fall in love in your absence. The moment he wonders, why hasn't she texted me first? Why does she seem happy without me? What's she doing that's making her glow like that? That's when he realizes he needs to step up or lose you. So the next time you feel tempted to overgive, overtext, or overinvest, remind yourself, you are the prize. And the prize never chases. Because the second he feels like he's at risk of losing you, that's when he fights to keep you. Point 6. The emotional depth that makes a man stay. Attraction is easy. A man can be attracted to 100 different women in a day. But emotional depth? That's what makes him stay. A man doesn't just want a woman who looks good. He wants a woman who makes him feel something deeper. A woman who isn't just present in his life, but imprinted in his mind. Have you ever had a conversation so powerful that you kept thinking about it long after it ended? That's what emotional depth does. It lingers. Most women stick to surface-level conversations. They talk about their day, their job, their weekend plans. But the women who truly captivate a man, they ask questions that make him pause, that make him think. Instead of saying, "How was your day?" ask, "What's something you never tell people about yourself, but wish they knew?" Instead of talking about your past relationships, say, "What's a moment in your life that completely changed the way you see the world?" When you ask a man something real, something meaningful, his mind starts associating you with depth, intimacy, and connection. He won't just remember you as another woman he liked. He'll remember you as the woman who made him feel seen. Because men don't crave endless conversations. They crave the one conversation that changes everything. And if you can create that moment,
He won't just think about you.
he'll feel you, even when you're not there. Point 7. The secret of feminine playfulness. Why men love women who don't take themselves too seriously. Have you ever seen a man completely obsessed with a woman, not because she was the most beautiful, but because she was the most fun? That's because men don't fall in love with perfection. They fall in love with the moments they share with you. The inside jokes. The playful teasing. The way you make them laugh when life gets too serious. Most women make the mistake of treating attraction like a performance. They think they need to be elegant, mysterious, and flawless all the time. But the women men adore, they know how to have fun. They don't get offended over small things. They don't overanalyze every word. They bring a lightness that makes a man feel like a kid again. Playfulness isn't about being childish. It's about being free. Free from overthinking. Free from insecurity. Free from the need to control everything. Men crave that energy. When you lightly tease him about something he said, when you challenge him in a fun way, when you bring excitement into the conversation, you make him feel alive. And a man will never leave the woman who makes him feel alive. So, the next time you're around a man you like, drop the pressure. Laugh more. Be unpredictable. Be playful. Because men may admire a woman's beauty, but they fall in love with the woman who makes their world feel lighter. Point 8. The one thing that makes him feel like a man. Men may not say it out loud, but they all have one secret desire in relationships. They want to feel like a man. Not just any man, your man. And this is where most women unknowingly push men away. They try to prove they don't need him. They act like they have everything figured out. They never ask for help, never show vulnerability, never let a man step up. But here's the truth. Men want to be needed, not in a desperate, dependent way, but in a way that makes them feel valuable to you. When you let a man help you, even with something small, you trigger something deep inside him. You activate his instinct to protect, provide, and be your rock. And when a man feels like he adds to your life, he will do everything in his power to keep his place in it. So the next time he offers to help, don't say, "I got it." Instead, say, "That would actually mean a lot. Thank you." The next time he gives you advice, don't brush it off. Let him see that his words matter to you. Because when a man feels useless, he pulls away. But when a man feels needed, he steps up. And once a man feels like your protector, he will never let another man take his place. 9. The power of walking away, the ultimate attraction trigger. You've seen it before. A woman who gives everything to a man, hoping he'll appreciate her effort. She's always available, always understanding, always willing to fix things. But what does he do? He pulls away. He starts treating her like an option instead of a priority. He takes her presence for granted. And yet, the moment she finally walks away, something shifts. Suddenly, he's texting. Suddenly, he's showing up. Suddenly, he's afraid to lose her. Why? Because men don't value what they think they'll never lose. A woman who isn't afraid to walk away is a woman a man will never take for granted. Not because she's playing games. Not because she's trying to manipulate him. But because she understands something most women don't. Her value does not decrease just because one man can't see it. When a woman refuses to settle for half-hearted love, when she chooses herself over breadcrumbs of affection, when she doesn't beg, plead, or prove her worth, a man realizes she's not like the rest. And that realization, that's what makes him chase. Because deep down, men don't want a woman they can control. They want a woman they have to rise up to meet. So the next time a man is inconsistent, disrespectful, or unsure about what he wants, don't try harder. Don't explain your worth. Don't wait for him to choose you. Walk away. Because the moment he feels like you're slipping away, that's the moment he finally sees what he's losing. 10. The number one thing that attracts 99% of men: self-worth. At the end of the day, men don't fall for the most beautiful woman. They don't fall for the most successful, the most charming, or even the most caring. They fall for how a woman sees herself. A woman who knows her worth without needing a man to confirm it. A woman who walks with certainty, not desperation. A woman who values herself first because she understands that if she doesn't, no one else will. That's the secret. That's the one thing that makes men obsessed. Not chasing, not proving, not being perfect, just being a woman who is whole on her own. Because men don't want to be your purpose. They want to join your world, not be your world. When a man sees that you don't need him, but that he wants to be part of your life, he chooses you again and again. And the best part? When you carry this energy, you'll never have to question his feelings. Because the right man won't let you wonder. He'll make it clear. And if he doesn't, you won't hesitate to walk away. This is how the love you deserve starts with you. You don't have to play games. You don't have to beg for attention. You don't have to change yourself to be more likable, more desirable, more his type. You just have to be you. The woman who doesn't need validation to feel valuable. The woman who isn't afraid to set standards and enforce them. The woman who knows that the right man will recognize her worth without her having to prove it. Attraction isn't about how much you give. It's about how much you respect yourself. Because when you love yourself first, when you stop chasing and start choosing yourself, When you carry the energy of a woman who is whole on her own, the right man won't just be attracted to you. He'll be afraid to lose you. And that's the difference between temporary attraction and a love that lasts forever. Comment below, what part of this resonated with you the most? And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Girlify Mind for more real, no BS insights on love, attraction, and self-worth. Because every woman deserves a love that feels effortless. And yours starts now.